full moon in Leo, my friend. A happy day. This is our Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of March 6th through the 12th. And I can't wait to tell you all about this full moon and what it is asking of us and where our moon is going to be hanging out and what it's doing this week, my friend. We've got a roller coaster of emotions coming at us this week. So stay tuned to hear all about it. Hey, my friend, Danie is here, your spiritual healer, helping you find clarity on your spiritual journey. My favorite thing to do is to help you remember who you are, why you came here, what the heck this lifetime is all about, so that we return back to who we are truly are at the soul level before society told us who we should be. And we do that through the lens of astrology. Then we strip away those limiting beliefs, those paradigms, the societal, generational, and ancestral ones that no longer serve who we are. My friend, welcome. Let's design a life that truly honors you. Okay. Be sure to click that subscribe button because we've got this sidereal astrology forecast coming out every single week. Plus, we've got more videos coming out about the zodiac seasons and some other cool stuff that I have in the works. All right. So Aquarius season, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me tell you all about this full moon in Leo. So we're going to kick off this week. Do I have it on the right date? I don't. Let me just switch that over. Okay. My friend, I haven't had my coffee yet. Let me take a sip. Okay. We begin this beautiful week in Leo. So Leo is a fire energy, and I'm going to talk more about it in just a second because we're going to talk about this full moon. But Leo is a fire energy, and so when the moon is in a fire energy, when it is, it's going to do some things this week. Let me just tell you. And so let's just look at this chart for a second because I want to, I was like going to wait, and I'm like, no, I just need to tell you. So here's our moon, right? We look for our crescent moon on our chart here. And this is 3/6/2023, Monday this is 8:05 a.m. here in the beautiful Austin, Texas. Adjust for your time zone. So the moon is right here. And when we have our full moon, it is in what's called an opposition to the sun. And so we can see, just looking at this chart, my friend, even if you know nothing about astrology, just looking at this chart, you can see that there's a whole lot of stuff happening on like that left side of the wheel, and there's like not so much happening on the other side. And so what's going to happen this week is, as the moon is moving through our sky, and it's going to be moving this way through the zodiac signs. Okay, it's going to be moving this way through the zodiac signs. It is going to be in opposition to all of these guys through here, which is everybody. Right? We have a lot of energy over here in Aquarius. We've got some really strong energy over here in Pisces, and then we've got some Aries energy over here. And we have our outliers in our earth signs here. Mars and Pluto are in Taurus and Capricorn. But here we've got Father Saturn, Kronos, we've got Mercury, we've got the Sun, Neptune, we come down here to Jupiter, Chiron, Venus, our North Node, and Uranus. So all of our planetary energy is right here in this Aquarius Pisces energy, which is why things are kind of the way they've been, right? We've been seeing this energy come through for a while. And with those outer planets, really in those signs of Aquarius and Pisces, they are causing quite a bit. Now, Saturn did move into Aquarius just not too long ago, back in January. And so that has been a little bit of a shift for us. Now, I know our tropical friends are talking about how Saturn is just about to move into Pisces, but as you can see here in Sidereal Astrology, we are showing that Saturn is just entered Aquarius just not too long ago. So I do want to point that out because that is a little bit different than what our tropical friends are saying. Also, we've got Jupiter and Chiron. We've got these two guys right here. They are coming so freaking close together. And I've talked to many, many, many people who are just like, something's happening. I don't know what's going on. And they are going through their Chiron return. And it is even more intense. Not that a Chiron return isn't intense as it is. A Chiron return is extremely intense, but it's even more intense because we have this Jupiter conjunction, which means they're just hanging out together. They are like BFFs right now. And so they're strongly influencing each other. Plus, we've got Venus in there. So we've got money stuff coming up, relationship stuff coming up, our core values and what we believe, right? The material, how we're connecting with the material and the non-material world. There's a lot of that energy happening for us right now. So you may feel like, I know I've been feeling like sometimes this material world is like, can I escape this? It's just like, it's just not where I want to be, right? It's very interesting. There's just this really interesting time, but we're here for a reason. We're here for a lesson. We're here to learn. At least that is my belief system. So I wanted to share that because the moon is going to be, kind of fighting it out a bit, right? An opposition, I like to say, is just simply, the simplest term is that they are on opposite sides of something. And we know that, right? Opposite sides of something. They want the same thing. They want the same thing, my friend. If we look out into this world right now, even though we are in so much division, right? So much division, we all want the same thing, but how we believe it needs to go about is what's different. And that is what happens here, is where when the moon is in opposition to these different planets, the energy that they rule, right, that their strengths are in, it's like, we want to do it this way. And the moon's like, but we want to do it this way, right? And the moon is our emotional energy. It's our nurturing energy, our caring energy, our supportive energy. And so it is coming against this battle of these planets over the next week. And so we're going to feel all of this, and we kick a lot of this off with this full moon in Leo. So we do kick this off though with Saturn. Saturn is the very first planet here that we kind of hit. We kind of hit Saturn, then we hit Mercury because they're not too far apart from each other. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit more next week when we get a little bit more into that placement of Saturn and Mercury, the conjunction that will be happening. It's coming though. But we have the moon right now. And when we have the moon with Saturn, it can feel a little bit more, it can feel like, anytime we're talking about Saturn, and I hate to have to say this, but it makes it really easy to kind of visualize and make sense of, is like, it's kind of like there's this dark cloud. It's kind of like there's this dark cloud and it's just following you along everywhere you go and you can't shake it. It's like, can you just, and it only happens for just a moment. As you can see, it's that opposition on Monday, but then it moves to Mercury. And then, on Tuesday, it moves to the sun. So it's just a little bit of time. And so Monday, if you're feeling a little like, or if you felt a little like, just needed some like quieter time, or maybe your emotions were just feeling a little funky. Maybe there was a little bit more depression happening. Maybe you were wanting to go eat that food that maybe you shouldn't be eating. That was definitely maybe part of some of the things that were happening. Now, with the moon and Mercury, that's where it really starts to affect our thoughts. And so our mental activity and even in our communication. So there could have been even just a little bit like wanting to, so this can go either way, right? Every opposition has its strengths and has its challenges. And so when we look at the moon with Mercury, and again, this is like Monday evening, we could have seen some, or you may have seen some maybe wanting to nurture a partner a little bit more or a friend a little bit more, and doing it through your words, right? Might even be through your thoughts. You might have been thinking of somebody, thinking of friends, thinking of connecting with somebody, wanting to take care. or it could be a little bit of the opposite, right? Where it's like saying the things maybe that needed to be said, kind of depending on where you were on an emotional scale. Could have been a little bit of that too. So, my friend, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so let me do this full moon. So I'm actually going to go to this other one chart here where I've just pulled up our full moon. Okay, so this is the exact full moon. This is where the two signs, the two planets, the two bodies are in opposition to each other, and that's at 21 degrees 36, Aquarius and Leo. So Aquarius and Leo are direct opposite on the zodiac scale. Okay, so when we look at the zodiac signs, they're completely opposite. You can see here on the chart, they are 100% opposite in this chart. So Aquarius, we've been in Aquarius, that is our consciousness. Our moon is our emotional energy. Also, we refer to it as our subconscious as well, right? So we have the sun and the moon, the conscious and the subconscious kind of working a little bit against each other right here, right? Where the subconscious is bringing things forward, and the conscious is like, okay, what are we doing here? And now I want to look at this a little bit in more detail, because Leo, as I said, is our fire energy. Aquarius is our mental energy. It's air energy. And so when we're here, there's this big like push to do something different. There's this push to think outside of the box. There's this push to really show up in our authenticity. Leo is so beautiful at showing us vulnerability and, really taking care of self, really like bringing the energy back here with our unique authenticity. And Aquarius energy is really beautiful at just being it, right? So you've got these two really powerhouse zodiac signs here, where our sun and our moon are right now, that are causing us to really just be us, like asking us to strip away all the things that don't serve us, right? That are asking us, right? Because, society has told us, tell me if you believe this, society has told us who we needed to be. I see it every day in our public schools, right? You've got to do this. You've got to do that. You got to do this. I see it, with the kids that are in my life that I see around me. I see it with the college students that I get to work with, and the high school students that I get to work with. I see it in them, right? Society told them, school told them, their parents told them who they should be. Now, I know many of you that are listening to this are like, I didn't tell my kid who to be. No, you didn't. You are amazing, because you are working on yourself, and you understand the importance of living in authenticity. And so it's, but there's people out there that haven't done that yet, right? So we see right now these kids that are growing up, right? But we did it ourselves, my friend. Society told me who I needed to be. School told me who I needed to be. My family told me who I needed to be, right? And me being who I am was like, okay, this is what life is. This is who I am, until I decided to break free from that on my Saturn return, my first Saturn return. So right now, this is really asking us to look at, who are you? Who are you, my friend? Who are you before society told you who you had to be, before your family told you who you had to be, before your friends told you who you had to be, or before you conformed? Trust me, I did it, my friend. And sometimes I catch myself, I'm like, what am I doing? Right? We are unique and we are beautiful. And we have everything we absolutely need to express our authenticity. What this full moon is asking us to do is to let go of, to release, right? A full moon is a great opportunity to release where we are out of alignment with ourselves. In our Heal Your Energy membership, if you're not a member of Heal Your Energy, you should join us. We are diving into Aquarius energy this month. All month long, we've been diving into, started in February, and we have our third class tonight. And over, last week, we were talking about our unique Aquarius energy, and we were talking about rebellion energy. We were talking about freedom. And in that, we talked about how anytime that we are rebelling I'm going to put rebelling here in quotes, is we are rebelling against ourselves. So it's when we are out of alignment. That is when we are actually rebelling. So I don't know about you, but I want to be in alignment with myself. So that is what this full moon in Leo is saying. Just be you, my friend. Just be you. So if you want to take some time today and to write out what you want to release, right? There's so many beautiful rituals that you can do on a full moon. The easiest one, my friend, is just to write out the things that you no longer want in your life, the things that you are ready to dismiss, they're ready to release, ready to disconnect from. Write that all down, and then you can burn it, be safe, but you can burn it, you can tear it up, you can shred it. There's a million ways that you could do that. Sometimes you could take the ashes, right, and then bury them in the earth. So like we like bury it, we say goodbye to it, right? So many different ways that you can do this. But write those things down, sit with it, and ask yourself, what has been blocking me, or what is blocking me right now from living in my true authenticity? And release those, my friend. Let those go. So that is what this full moon is asking to do. And we've got, I'm not going to go into all the details, but we've got this Uranus energy here in Aries and Mars in Taurus really supporting us in making this decision, really supporting us in releasing what no longer serves us. And I also want to say, full moons are not just about release, they're also about celebration. So when you're doing that ritual, celebrate the things that you have done to get more in alignment with your authentic self. All right, my friend, let's get back into our the rest of our week. As I mentioned, there is going to be an emotional roller coaster. Yes, emotional roller coaster. So after our full moon in Leo, we've got this opposition to Neptune, which when we're looking at the opposition to Neptune, there's more emotional sensitivity here. So there might be some misunderstanding, some communication things. We're just not seeing things clearly. We're just not seeing it clearly. So, be careful, try not to take things too personal. I'm telling you, it's going to be strong. So be careful, but it could happen. Just don't, it is what it is. Like, it's just a moment, it's just a day, because then it's going to move over to Jupiter, and then it's going to be like, oh yay, things are great. Remember, Jupiter grows and expands wherever we are. So it's a really good opportunity to open up, right? Whenever we see this, we see a good opportunity to open up. But the other thing we see here is some emotional instability. So be mindful of that, my friend. Be mindful of that. You could want to go into those, emotional eating patterns, or those addictions, right, that we tend to give into when we just don't have we don't have that self-control. And that could definitely happen here with the moon in opposition to Jupiter. And then on Thursday and Friday, we've got this opposition to Chiron. So this is where we might want to like nurture and take care of people and support people, right? We're like the therapist in our friend group. Or we could be like, F all these relationships, they suck. Again, my friend, depending on what's going on with you and where you're at, there could be some of this coming in, right? And then as we get to Friday, we've got the opposition to Venus. So do you see this roller coaster we're going on this week? This is the need for companionship. This is where we're wanting to connect with our partners or our friends. And if we've got some problems in there, right, it could, some jealousy, some possessiveness, maybe some insecurity in the relationship. There could definitely be, some problems there, definitely some arguments there. And if you're out in the dating world, my friend, be careful, because you could be lowering your standards right here. You could be like, yeah, I really want that companion. I really want to go out. I really want to be with somebody. And it might not be the best. But if you're going out on Sunday, might be a little bit better. So as we move through this on Saturday, you're going to see we're going to get to the North Node, which is great. Really good energy to push us to where we want to go, to push us out of our comfort zone and where we're wanting to go in this lifetime. And then finally, we get to Sunday, where Sunday is going to be really beautiful because we've got this connection to our sun and Neptune. This is really good energy to connect with your emotions, your imaginations, your creativity, your intuition. You might even get some good downloads here, some really good inspiration for something that you're looking to do. Maybe you've been stuck on. And I'd also say, for those of you that are dating, this is a good time. If you're going out, if you're going to go out on Sunday because it's a much, much better energy. All right, my friend, that is it for our Sidereal Astrology forecast for the week of March 6th through the 12th. We'll be back next week diving into some of these a little bit more because we've got some conjunctions to talk about because Chiron and Jupiter are going to be conjunct on Monday. All right, my friend, have a great rest of your week. And if you want to learn more about Heal Your Energy membership, if you want to learn, because you should come join us. We dive deep, my friend. If you want to join us, if you want to learn more about Aquarius, you're not quite ready to join in the membership, there is a guidebook that I have that I put out that you can get. It's down below in the description box. If you want to join our newsletter, be the first to know when all this stuff comes out. Go down there and click on that. All right, my friend, that is it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And remember, take a minute, close your eyes with me. Take a deep breath. And release it. And find peace.